Morning world. Bit of a gloomy day here today, but hey ho, that's what it is. It's that time of year. But one of the ladies in the village shop, who's an avid gardener, I never knew about this. She told me earlier in the week when I'd pop down for my rations, as I call it, and because she knows obviously I do gardening, and basically she says swap stories, more like me learn, yeah, because my knowledge is not the best. And she said anyway, she said it'd be all right. She said Candlemas Day. She said if it rains on Candlemas Day, winter has finished. If it doesn't rain on Candlemas Day, winter is still to come. Be it that I think that's a Christian thing about light, which is the emphasis of the finishing of winter and the start of spring. Something of that ilk. No, I'm not religiously orientated, but she said to me, and for generations, her family generation, this more often than not comes true. Well, all I will say is I'm thankful that Candlemas Day, the 2nd of February, was wet. So here's hoping winter has finished and spring is here, because I can get on and do things. Apart from the usual morning routine, which has kind of inspired me to do this video really. Empty the log burner, get rid of all the ash, which I use an old barbecue thing in a metal to clear that out, and then it comes down to my compost bin, which is that big black thing there. So it goes in there. Potash. I take the big lumps of anything out, but yeah, it's very good for the ground, good for the plants. They love it, and it's just, I suppose, especially for anybody who lives the way I do, winter can be long and it can be hard and it can be miserable, cold, wet, blah, 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 blah. Which, yeah, fact of life, we need that for our 4 seasons. I remember several years ago, I was backpacking in Cambodia, and the guy there, lovely guy, was chatting away, and he said, "Oh, no, your seasons." And I said, "Yeah, winter, spring, summer, and all that, and autumn." And he said, "We have 2." And I went, "Oh yeah, 2?" A little bit curious, kind of new, but curious as to what he had to say. He said, "Yes, we have dry hot, we have wet hot." So I'm grateful for the gloomy days. But there you go. Anyway, I'm on the way to the car. I've got to get dog food out. They've had their breakfast, but they've now run out. Let me just show you very quickly. Another tree down on a track just down the lane. Came down about a week ago, I think, and it needed clearing. So I thought to myself, well, I'm around, I'll help. Farmers are busy, it's lambing, so it's one problem they don't have to do, and I'm able to do it. It's called helping the community. It's not rocket science. So, but I've got a load of logs for free, a little bit of time, and I did actually use my battery chainsaw for that. Brought them back up here. They need splitting. Some of them do, some of them don't, and that's another little job on the list of jobs. There's always, even when, no girls, you're not getting in today, I'm being here. And there we go. So they need splitting. So I've had any splitting, split them, I need to stack them. Slight problem with stacking them. I've run out of stacking room. So it's like, they're just sitting there at the moment. There's no harm or anything like that, but for the season, we need to get them out of the moisture. So, how do I do that? I don't know. Easy, build another log store. Like, I'm going to build another log store soon enough, but I want to be getting these trees down first. And yeah, that's one of the things I've done prior to me talking to you now was get some logs in. And let me just put that in there. So we go round here and we have, as you can see, log store down there. The one you saw over by the digger where I was just a minute ago. And then we have the one round here, which is good because it's round the back. Just to give you an idea, that's 3 logs deep. And this little bit, I'm trying to be clever with my phone now. This little bit was a little extension that I put up because the extra overhang of the tin. So that's full. And then we have the big log store. The problem with that, as I've found, I have to get rid of at least 50% of those logs before I can start restacking there. Then I kind of don't like having the pressure of, oh, I need to get the logs, I need to get the logs, because I'm obviously naturally seasoned. And so came up with a plan. And what I've decided to do is, as you can see the whole store there, I'm going to divide it into 4 sections so that then I can drain one section, start on the next one and load it up again. Instead of having to sort of do mass logging little and often, and it keeps my logs right up to the sort of maximum level I can possibly have. So never under great pressure, not having to spend a week or a month just constantly logging and rushing, nice and steady. Every now and then, you know, pick up the fallen trees from weather, so on and so forth. Nice steady rate, never run out of logs. Plus, I'm always using now, it's taken me years to get to this, I am in a 2-year cycle, just. So that's why eventually I'm going to have another log store so that I can guarantee that I'm on a 2-year cycle. So in trying to divide this up, I'm just getting all these offcuts of timber that I've got. I've only got 2 pieces up here at the moment, but I've got a shed full of it down beside the container. And then I'm going to build little vertical walls so I can then probably get around that, get that lot, move them this way and get the first partition in, of which then I can then start chopping those logs, stacking those logs and get that one full again. I think I work on the logic, you know, the more the merrier. You can never have enough logs, but if you can keep on top of it, to sit there and I think, well, so long as I can cut 1 more log than I use per day, I'm laughing and I stay ahead of the game. I'm not putting myself under pressure physically, or even mentally for that matter, or the worry of not having enough logs. So that's going to be a little task over the next day or 2, and I shall show you, if I can get right, I'll try and get it set up and see if I can do a video and sort of show you how I'm doing it. There's nothing fancy to it, it's just common sense. Yeah, so I just think to myself, you know, I thought, yeah, nice big log store. I mean, when it's fully stacked up, it does look beautiful. It's, I mean, it's almost like, you know, it's like that. Look, how can you not love a log stack like that? It's a work of art. There's pubs in the UK that pay a lot of money because some architect have made a little frame and put some little log slices in to make it look like the real thing. So that is the real thing. There's no fakeness here. And yeah, bless its heart. That's the hot water can from my bath there, because I've cleared this area ready to start work on the extension a bit longer happening and they're not planned. It's life. But no, so there we go. That is what I am intending on doing with the logs. And it is about trying to be as efficient as I can with my time, trying not to have any task that can be potentially overwhelming, because a lot of tasks, they can look a lot worse than they actually are. I remember my first year here, I spent nearly 3 weeks cutting and logging. I went to bed hurting, I woke up hurting, and yeah, I carried on because I had to get the logs done. I kind of vowed I'd never go through that process again because it was hard work. Learn by your own mistakes. So yeah, I think to myself, slow learning, but I think to myself that I can achieve things, and I learn from everything I do to make each step of my life a little more efficient, less problematic, and reduce the potential overwhelming prospect of having to do a task. It's just, yeah, little and often. It actually does work, like a lot of jobs. Over the back, you can't see there. Let me just very briefly wander down with you. The girls have just had their breakfast, and I do apologise. I didn't do the, oh look, I'm making coffee bit. It's in the hut. Instead, I've just made it. And but no, we've got a little update. It's regarding the raised beds. I need to pull my finger out my bum a little bit on this one at the moment. So I feel I'm slightly behind. Not, but I do feel it. Well, there's one of the frames just behind me, as you can see there. And what I done yesterday, when I was running the generator to boost batteries, I ran a 240 volt cable out here. So basically I could cut the aluminium sheeting profile, because we have a lot of it, which that was given to me by my friend over the hill, where he lost the roof off of part of his barn, and he said, have you got use for it? And I said, I'll find a use, but I'm going to use that to put the liner inside the raised beds. So I've cut them. They're all a little bit like, oversized in cut, because what I'm going to do is put them in, obviously, to the ground, and then I'm actually going to fold them over the top edge of the wood, so to help keep the weather away from the wood itself, to give a little bit of longevity. So they're all just sort of randomly an inch or two above what I actually need. Then I shall fold it all over, like panel beating, then get the grinder again and just make it neat. That's the plan, but we shall see. I mean, I might change my mind, things evolve, but that is the general idea. And that's about where I'm at with things at the moment. I've been doing work on my track, well, it's not my track, it's the shared track with me and the farmer, my direct neighbour. They've concreted a bit more of the track, and I said to them, look, the sides need, obviously, to protect the sides, because the track's now that much higher than, about 4 inches higher than what the old track was. So I just basically packing the sides all the way down the track, all the way down to the road. I said I'll go and ditch as well, because the ditch hasn't been cleared. I was thinking for a few years. So with my digger and the DMB is the official term, ditch maintenance bucket. I just call it a grading bucket, or ditching bucket. Well, grading bucket is what I call it. But I just go in and I can clear the ditch, and what's coming out of the ditch will help pack the sides up, and it allow the water to run freely. not go over the track, and then when it freezes, the water freezes on the track, which makes it extremely hazardous to traverse. I mean, the tractor twice last year just went straight off the track because it was so icy. So that's, yeah, working with the neighbours, the two brothers. The eldest brother actually has this farm, the farm around me, and the other brother has, near as damn it, the next farm, and two wonderful guys, and I'll have a laugh with them, and I'll help them wherever I can, because we, you know, them towards me, me towards them, we live in harmony, and you know, they don't poke their nose into my business, I don't poke my nose into their business, but if I want help, they'll help, and if they need help, they know I'll give help. There's no monetary transactions. There's no, oh, I don't think you should do this. We just get along quite happily. They live in their life, I'm living my life, exactly how the world should be living. One of the reasons I chose to be alternative, I will use the term alternative as opposed to off-grid, because prior to here I lived in campers for 13 years, because I kind of didn't like, well, don't like is the real answer, the speed of the world norm for the game. So that's why I am where I am. So, but yeah, anyway, that's the one for now. Nothing too major on this one, but morning chores really, morning chores. Getting the logs in, emptying the log burner, walking the dogs, getting the girls exercise, let them run around, give them their breakfast, I have my breakfast. Once I've got enough logs in the house, check my water tank, which I kind of know I've got enough in there. You learn these things as you go along. You just automatically talk, yeah, I know it's about half full, and you wouldn't be far wrong. So, but no, I mean, it's just one of those things. I will be doing other bits and pieces a day. I need to do some cooking today as well, actually. A bit of baking, hence the reason of sorting the fire out. But anyway, from me to you, I say thank you, because I do love reading your comments. They help to keep me inspired. It helps to give, due to the beauty of the comments and the really kind words, it does give me a bit more drive to keep doing this YouTube channel. Hoping that some inspiration goes into you, past what knowledge I have along. But I do hope. There we go. This is a little favourite spot just before I go. Nearly every morning after she's had breakfast out there, and she's skin and bone. It's a bit cold out here, but she just loves that little spot. So, but yeah, you guys are what's making this channel work, because of the wonderful comments and interactions that we have. It does give me the enthusiasm to continue and make an effort to show you, or those of you that are interested, curious, thinking, proceeding, and even doing an alternative way of life. If anything I say can help you, that's what happens to me. You make me smile. So, but anyway, that's enough of me for the day. Just a little update, just all running, yeah, what I do in the life. Oh, I've got to feed the birds yet, because there's no bird seed on there. That's my next job. And drink my coffee. But yeah, you take it care. Hopefully everybody keeps well, keep healthy, be positive. The system hates positivity. Anyway, we will speak to you soon, And yes please, because I do enjoy it and it is helping me, it's helping the channel. It's down there, those buttons, what is it, like, subscribe, notification bell apparently. According to my technical department, who she will probably be referred to from now on, that's the young lady who I look out for. She's a wonderful lady, and she said, "Oh, you should do this and you should do that," and I was not really me. So, to my technical department, me saying that, is it keeping you happy? I do love you, despite what people might think, but no. Anyway, you take care, people, and we will see you soon. Thank you for watching. It really is appreciated. Ta-da for now.